let's start with the RXP-X first.
Okay.
That's the one that I've had the most time with, and so I kind of wanted to see what you guys thought.
It's a great ski. If you use it for its design purpose, which would be racing, it's going to be really hard to beat that ski turning around buoys. It turns really hard around buoys.
Right.
At slower speeds, I don't particularly like the handling of it. There's a lot of bow hunting. Like if you're riding in a big group of people like we had this weekend, you know, one in front of the other, and a lot of cross chopping waves, the bows just hunting, trying to find that spot. But if you lean it hard into a turn, that thing grips and goes.
Yeah, I would agree. I was joking with Greg earlier. I was like, man, I don't think I've been on the trim more than on the RXPX, because especially when we're doing like the real narrow trails going through the bayou.
Right.
You have a straightaway, I double tap up till you're up to, you're at that double hash mark point. And I'm like, great, it's on the tail, it's happy. Now I've got the Riva sponsons on it. Have you guys put the sponsons? Okay, so you're running stock sponsons. Yeah. Okay. And so I've got the Riva sponsons on, and I was like, okay, I'm tracking pretty nice. I'm on the double hash mark. I'm about 2/3 of the way up. But as soon as I started coming into a turn, double tap down, get on the nose, and it was the only way that ski wanted to engage.
Yeah. It's really sensitive to trim input.
I agree.
Which is great.
It's great,
I like to use trim when I'm riding.
But I think to your point, you definitely need to use it the way it's intended.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I really like the PX when I'm using it for its intended purpose. So riding around, it's okay. If I go in some rougher water, I don't really like it because my biggest complaint is the bow hunting, and the pump comes unhooked in some chop, which in 1 to 2 foot chop, I was only able to pin it wide open and get maybe 60 miles an hour out of it.
Right.
Riding it back to back with the GP, I could go faster on the GP just because that pump stays
hooked up. It's staying hooked up.
But in flat water, turning it as hard as you can, it's an absolute beast, and I really like using it for that purpose.
Right. Yeah. It's funny. I mean, dude, we racked up what, 400, and Billy's gonna know. We racked up something like 450 miles over the weekend. And I know Billy did more than I did with my kid on the back. But it was so funny in riding the ski and just getting really, really familiar with it and really racking up some time and some miles on it. I was really cognizant of the fact of before getting into the corner, I was chopping the throttle and then rolling throttle through every turn, because I don't think the bow and the outside rolled strakes, or that outside rolled shine, that outside rolled shine was really, getting that contact. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you what, I got pushed out of one turn.
Okay.
I think that's when Kaylee was like, "Did you guys hit a tree?"
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't. We swerved around it, but it was because I had to kick the tail out and then get on the throttle again, just because the hull got rolled into that, I think it was into the ski ahead of me's fan.
Yeah.
And that goes to your point where it bow hunts and reacts more to the water surface rather than acting upon it. So if you're seeing a cross chop or you're getting a really weird current, it's going to react to it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you kind of have to be on the bars and really be Johnny on the spot when it comes to that hull being on top of it. I think a really good attentive rider can ride the hell out of an RXPX, no problem. Mm-hmm. But again, I think it requires a lot more attention from the rider.
It definitely demands a more experienced rider.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. Let me back up. What have you guys done to your RXPX right now? Nothing, right?
Solus 1318 impeller.
Oh, okay.
And the bone stock 8500 tune.
8500 tune and the Solus impeller. Yep. How do you like it?
Acceleration to the stock impeller.
Yeah.
Completely the same. When I tested on it.
Okay.
But I gained 2 miles an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. And
then the tune gives you.
I got 77-ish miles an hour with just the tune.
Okay.
And then 80 with the tune and the impeller.
Okay. All right. Well, for the guy who just kind of that 80's enough, he's not like the super hardcore guy.
Yeah.
That's a really easy combo.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
it really
Yeah.
is.
I mean, do you mind me asking how much that would cost a guy?
You would know more.
Yeah, the map tuner tuning bundle package is about $980, and we sell the impeller discounted for about $329.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're looking at $1,300.
Yeah.
You know, a little
For
bit
80
and
miles an
change
hour.
for 80 miles an hour.
10 years ago, if we tried to
Oh
do
my
80,
gosh,
we'd
dude.
spend 8 to 10 grand.
Dude, it was 10 grand to get the FCR.
Yeah,
Remember when I did the
crazy.
FCR at
Yeah.
80? It was 10 grand. I mean, it was a Motec ECM, and oh my gosh, that was craziness. Okay,
we
so
come a long way.
yeah, 80 miles an hour, 2 parts,
Yeah.
Dunzo.
Right.
Okay. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out. This clip was taken from our weekly podcast that we record here every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the whole video, you can go to the Watercraft Journal's YouTube channel, go to playlists, and then click on live sessions. You're going to see it there. Otherwise, go ahead and leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow. And again, thanks again for watching our videos, and we hope to see you soon.